What's up, guys? Are you looking for a 3-position flip windshield for your Yamaha Wolverine RMax? Well, SuperATV has you covered, and today we're going to show you how to get one installed. So let's get right to it. First, we're going to be working on the lower portion of the windshield, or the lower windshield here. As you can see, we already have our gasket applied all the way across this lip of the windshield. Ours is already installed. So once you've accomplished that, you've got it all good to go, you're going to get your bulb here. It'll be your straight bulb, and you're going to apply it across the lower portion of your windshield. So we'll just go ahead and start right here on the corner and start installing this seal all the way across. So you kind of want to let it hang off the edge. You know, give a little bit of space here on your edge. As long as it goes up, you know, pretty close, you're good to go. So it'll look just like that. Obviously, you're going to have excess, so you'll just want to go ahead and cut off your excess. And then we're going to take this, your 90 bulb, and you're going to install it right here on this edge. So with the windshield sitting like this, which is how it's going to sit on the machine, you'll have this portion of the bulb going up against the cage. So it'll be just like that. And we're going to flip our windshield to us. You're going to notice in your kit that you have these catches. Well, we're going to go ahead and grab our catches here. They'll have this black hardware in it. What I like to do is just kind of slide the head of these into the catch, and then it'll go in this hole right here on your windshield. So once you have it kind of slid in there, you'll take your catch support, get your nuts started. We don't want to fully tighten these just yet, so we're just going to kind of get our nuts started onto our screws here, because we will have to make some minor adjustments as we go. So we'll do this for the opposite side as well. Alright, so that's what your lower windshield's going to look like. A little something like this right here. So we'll slide our lower windshield out of the way for the time being. So now moving on, we have the upper windshield here. We're going to be installing some seals up here to the top. So we're looking at the outside of the windshield right here when we're looking down on it. So all of our seals that we're going to be installing, we want to make sure that they're facing down or away from us. It's very important that you have your windshield laid out wherever you're working on it, just like we do. That way you don't get confused on how your seals are going to go. So again, our seals are cut, so you're going to have a big long roll of seal. You want to make sure that you have this seal right here. We're going to get a piece of it, and we're going to start right here on this corner, right above where the windshields kind of come together. We're going to run this all the way up here to this edge. Then we're going to put a piece right here, then a piece right here. So as you can see, right where this hole is in our windshield, we have a gap on our seal. We did that on purpose because we're having a clamp right here, so we don't want our seal running all the way across. So essentially, you're going to start here, run up here, cut off the excess, start here, leave enough room so we can get our clamp through, cut off the excess, start another piece, come right here, cut off the excess, start here, run it to about here, cut off your excess, and then so on and so forth. It just repeats to the opposite side. It's the same thing. So we're just going to keep installing our bulb seal. You'll just do the same exact thing. Get your bulb seal installed, cut off your excess, make sure you have plenty of room. So then we're going to go ahead and grab our clamp. We'll go ahead and remove our screw from the clamp, then remove our grommet. And in the grommet, you're going to see that there is a little sleeve. We're going to take the grommet, install it through this hole right here. I just like to kind of tuck my grommet into the hole. Then you'll take your sleeve, pop it down into the grommet. We'll go ahead and take our other clamp here, take the nut off of it, the hardware out, go down here to the other hole in the windshield, install the grommet. Take our sleeve, Slide it through. So the next thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and remove the stock hardware from your cage. We've already removed our stock hardware because you have to install this windshield. So we already have our hardware here. But what we're going to want to do is take these spacers that are provided in the kit. We're going to slide these spacers on both of the threads of our new bolts. And we're going to grab our bracket for this side so it'll line up just like this, just how we have it. And then once we have it lined up, we'll go ahead and grab our nuts that are provided in the kit and just kind of hand tighten them here. So we're just going to run these down by hand. So that's what this side should look like. We'll go over to the opposite side and repeat the same steps. So now that we have our seals installed, I'm going to go ahead and grab my windshield, flip it around. We're going to grab our handle here. So you want the same hardware that you used on your catch and catch support. So what you'll do is you'll take your plate or your support, lay it up there like that, and take your handle. We'll kind of rotate this up for you a little bit. Take your handle, kind of lay it up here. Get your hardware started. Again, we're not fully tightening anything just yet. So it'll look just like this on this side. We'll go over here and repeat the same steps. So your windshield should look just like this up to this point. Now we're going to head on over to the machine and start getting some brackets installed. So now we're going to grab our lower portion of our windshield, slide it right down into the groove here on your hood, and then line it up with the brackets that we just installed. But I like to go ahead and install my hardware. So we'll make sure that our seal washer is installed to our hardware here, get a nut started. And again, we still do have to tighten our hardware here, and everything's just kind of loose right now. We're just mocking everything up, piecing it all together. So now we have our hardware started on both sides. We're just gonna get our lower portion of our windshield here centered up the best that we can. Just kind of check it on both sides. So now we're going to go ahead and grab this bracket here that has our strut on it. You want to go ahead and remove the 2 screws holding your clamp on. Once you've done that, you'll grab this hardware out of the kit. You'll take your clamp, slide it on your cage, and then slide it all the way up to where it lines up with this hole. You'll take this hardware, slide it through, line it up with your bracket, then go ahead and get your nut started. All right, once you have that, then you'll just want to take your previously removed screws, go ahead and get them started back into your clamp. So we got them started. We didn't fully tighten them yet. Now we're just going to repeat the same steps for the opposite side. So now you're just going to want to take something to kind of prop your roof up. It doesn't really matter what you use. I'm just going to use a hammer there, and then a little box I have full of punches. I'll just slide it up underneath here. Doesn't have to be perfect, just needs to keep the roof up just a little bit. Then we're going to install the upper portion of our windshield. This is easier with 2 people, but can be done by yourself. Once you get it close, kind of pick up on your latch or your latch and your handle there, and just kind of get it latched in. That way it holds itself in place for a bit. Take one of your M6 Allen-headed screws, slide it right through the bracket. You may have to move it around just a little bit to get it all to line up correctly. Do the same thing on this side. So up to this point, it should look just like this. Next thing we're going to do is take a clamp, wrap it around the cage like this. Take our hardware that we previously removed from the clamp. Get it lined up. Then we'll do the same thing for the opposite side clamp. So now we're going to go ahead and fully tighten this hardware right here, as well as this hardware here, our clamp, and then our clamps that we previously just installed onto the cage. We'll do this for both sides. Then we're going to go ahead and fully tighten our cage hardware here. We'll do that for both sides. Then we're going to tighten our catch as well as our handle. And then we're going to tighten where our lower portion of the windshield attaches to our bracket. And I like to pull mine back as far as it'll go. Just going to make everything latch nicer, keep it sealed up really well. And let's repeat those same steps for the opposite side. We're going to tighten this last piece of hardware here with our windshield up. We're just going to take our strut, slide it in, so it'll sit something like that right there. So once you have your strut slid into place on one side, you'll do the same thing over here for the opposite side. And you'll just go ahead and grab your nylock nut for your strut here, get it threaded on, take a 12mm wrench, hold that on there. And just go ahead and fully tighten your hardware for both sides. Then you just need to close your windshield, kind of figure out where your catches need to be lined up. Looks like mine need to be all the way forward for it to lock my windshield down really good. So we're just going to go ahead, get these all the way to the forwardmost position here and fully tighten them. We'll check this side out. Should be about the same. Yep, it needs to go all the way forward as well, so that makes it nice and easy and shove it all the way up to the top. We'll just go through, latch our windshield down. Everything looks good here. We'll go ahead and pull these out. It's holding up our roof. We'll just go back through, reinstall our hardware for our roof. And there you have it. That's all there is to it to install SuperATV's flip windshield on this Yamaha Wolverine RMax. For more information on this windshield or any of SuperATV's great products, feel free to check us out online or give us a call. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.